How's it going, guys? So we're here to take a first early look at farming improvements, and this includes fertilization as well as genetics, way more in-depth farming, and a watering and sprinkler system that works similar and in conjunction with electricity. So this is definitely going to be a later thing. So, if you're going to do some farming early on, you're still going to need your jugs of water and so forth, or buckets. But we do have several new items. So we've got the sprinkler, we've got a fluid switch, and we've got a fluid splitter. Now the splitter and the sprinkler do not need electricity. However, the fluid switch has an option of using electricity but doesn't. And that's pumping water up. So if you need to pump uphill, you're going to need at least one of these. You might need to put a couple in conjunction. We'll just have to see. Now, I have everything set up here, but we'll get into that in a second. Let's go ahead and look at the researching. So each one of these new pieces is going to cost you 20 to research there, okay? So that's actually pretty simple and easy. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. They actually show up under electrical right now, and well, one of them uses electricity. So you're looking at 10 high qual for the splitter, which splits one hose into 3. Then you're looking at the fluid switch here, which is 5 high qual. No electronics or anything. I don't know if that's going to change because it is electrical technically. I don't know how many fluid switch splitters and switches can be put on. We'll just have to see. But the sprinkler does have a pass through, and they are 5 high qual each. And then you've got your hose tool, which is default, and that is 5 high qual, just like your wire tool. So there you go. This is the hose tool right here. And you'll notice now there's interactions with pretty much all the water-related items. So you'll see the water catcher now has an out, which is cool. Same thing with the large water catcher. It also has an out. And yeah, I did have a horse here, and he ran away. So we'll get back to that in a second. And yeah, that's basically how all the pieces work. So I've got a little bit of electricity set up, and then we've got that all kind of running here. So electricity is going to the switch. And then if you actually pull out the electrical, you'll see there's a switch off and a switch on. So you can actually rig this full thing onto a full electrical system. You want to automate it. You want to set it on a timer. You can completely do that, which is really cool. If you don't want to, though, you can just manually switch it. So then what I did is I went ahead and filled up some water. So we've got some water in our... Ooh, can we go away with that? There we go. We're going to open it. And I filled in 1,200. So that's 3 jugs worth of water in here. We've then hooked up the hose to it. So you can see the actual hose coming off. You can see the direction of it. It's going into our switch. And then it's going into the splitter. But we haven't used the other 2 splitters yet. You can see it then goes through a sprinkler to a sprinkler to a sprinkler to a sprinkler. And now, I did these half walls, but I think technically they're meant to be kind of like an indoor sprinkling system, and they're meant to spray down. So I don't know how well this is going to work. We're just going to have to see. But that's kind of like your basic idea of the setup. So what I figured is we'll kind of go ahead and get a few sprinklers on this one right here, if it's going to let me. It's going to be weird. Yeah, I put them too close. Okay, well, we'll put 1 sprinkler here. And we'll put like that just to see, just so you guys can see like one getting hooked up. So we're going to come over here and we're going to hook it up. And we're literally just going to go to the water in. And boom. Now that supposedly should work when we flip that switch. So let's go ahead and flip the switch, should we? Boom. Oh, there they go. Wow, they actually go quite a ways, it looks like. Now, it looks like we were able to do 3, and then we lost it on this one. So let's take a look-see here. Yeah, the water's going the right way. Alright, so it looks like you can do about 3, but, I mean, one of these looks like it does maybe 1.5 squares anyways. So that's pretty good. Now, how quickly are we actually draining out of here? You can see it's not too bad, but, you gotta keep some consistent water going. Now, I'm assuming eventually we'll have a way to, like, if you're next to a river, maybe just pump straight from the river. I did try attaching the pump to the water, but there's not really any way to do it since it's technically kind of just a switch. So, I'm sure there might be another piece coming. And one thing you may have noticed is there is a new crop, and that's potatoes. So you can actually plant potatoes now. Hopefully berry bushes will come eventually too. We still have the 2 different berries, and I saw models for berry bushes. So that'll come. It'd be nice to see apple trees, maybe even be able to plant cactus for cloth. I know hemp is better, but, you know, I don't know. It's a variety of stuff. You can also eat the cactus. So that's something, right? And I just love the animation on these. They kind of like spring up and down because they're like in a spring. I like it. It's just a really cool little addition. And this composter is a new item as well. You don't have to learn it, it looks like. It is just a default right now. It's going to cost you 2 tarp and 200 wood, and it lets you make fertilizer. You put horse poo and plant fibers, and you get plant fibers from dead plants. So as you collect your dead plants, or maybe some dead plants laying around in someone else's yard you got to first, you're going to get some plant fibers back. So actually, let's go ahead, and I'm just going to give myself a hatchet. Let's see. I think we can probably whack one of these and get... I think they might have to be dead. Do we have any dead plants lying around? We don't. Dang. Alright, well, you're gonna get it basically. You know when your plants die and you have to hatchet them to break them out of the planter, that's when you're gonna get your plant stuff back. So I figured what we do is go ahead and just kind of plant each seed in these little planters here. So we got our potatoes. We'll make a whole thing of potatoes because they're new. And you can see now we're hovering over, and you've got the top there's a little picture of what it is. Then you've got your genetics. Then health of it, its age, what stage it's in, how much water it's taking in, what your yield will be, and then it shows you its conditions. Is there enough light? Is there enough water? Is there enough ground? How's the temperature? And overall, how well it's going to do. And then you can actually breed these by taking, you know, the cuttings. Sorry, just working on some of that morning phlegm there. Gross. Plant some pumpkins. But yeah, it's really cool how it has all these details, and like you can go pretty heavy into the farming thing. So this is definitely going to be something that some people won't even bother with, and then some people are going to totally love it. And I know I have friends that fit into both there. But yeah, you can pretty much see, like, this one's trying to squirt, but it just ain't really happening. So it looks like you can go about 3 without a powered pump. So let's go ahead and instead, let's get our tools out here that we need. We're going to actually cancel this. Works the same way. You right-click. And we're going to put a pump in between. So let's do that. Let's get some power to the pump. Oh, okay, it's gonna make us do it this way, because flow of electricity, duh. Boom. Alright, there we go. We've got that. So then we're gonna take from here to here, and then from there to this guy. And let's flip of the switch. And looks like that wasn't enough. All right, so as you can see, it's about 3 sprinklers per, maybe? We'll just have to see. Maybe eventually it will let us. I'm wondering maybe, what if we put it before it cancels out? So let's go ahead and clear that, and then clear that, and where'd our hand go? Pick it up, and then we're gonna actually put it earlier here. So let's give that a try and see if that makes a difference. We're basically experimenting together. You know, I set it up, and then now we're gonna check it out here. So there's the fluid input, fluid out, water in, water out, water in. All right, let's get some power to this sucker. Power. Oh, there we go. All right, let's flip the switch. No, okay, so it definitely looks like it's pretty hard limited to 3, because it's definitely not continuing on to this guy. But yeah, there you go, guys. I mean, this is actually a really cool thing, and it's gonna be neat to see how people, you know, find the best situation to grow the best kind of crops and the benefits that come from it. And that's I think gonna be something that's really cool. And I mean, to get, you know, fertilizer, all you really need to do is, you know, kill some crops and have a horse, and the horses will poop. Like I said, mine ran away, but they poop, and you put the poop in here. And so we've got a couple new items, you know, fertilizer, horse poop, plant fibers, potato seeds, sorry, potatoes, and yeah. Oh, look at here. So our yield is still 0. They are maturing. They got good water intake. Its health's in 100. And we got 100, 186. So it's not super happy about the ground type. I don't know. But overall, it's pretty, you know, going pretty well. Over here, the hemp's not very happy. Pumpkins aren't very happy. Corn isn't very happy. So it looks like maybe potatoes might be the easiest crop, which makes sense. I mean, potatoes are pretty easy to grow. And you can see, look, some of these have already, look at different genetics going on. So it's definitely going to be a full system of stuff that people will be doing. And yeah, is this altogether a very cool thing? But that pretty much does it, guys. All right, and I mean, lastly, I don't have anything to show yet, which is why I didn't do a video when the commits came through, but the team is finally adding some new building blocks. We should be seeing a triangle floor grill, a different types of stairs. We've got a spiral stair of some sort. We've got a half block. The ramp block is coming back. So that's actually some really cool stuff. We possibly have the options of maybe a triangle ladder hatch too. I don't know. I'm open. But, you know, just having a few new building blocks is really going to refresh things. I feel like most bases are just honestly the same, and it's going to be really cool to see what people do with some new building blocks. And some of them are kind of like a return of the old stuff, so that I think is going to be a really cool thing as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. As soon as those building blocks or anything with cars or whatever else might be coming up soon pops into the game, of course, I'll be sure to show you guys that. But like I said, as of right now, it's pretty much just commit nodes. So we'll be holding out for that. There's a lot of stuff down the pipeline. Console version, HDRP, cars. We've got this, you know, expanded farming system, which will probably lead to better cooking system, because I know the devs want that. I mean, you know, it's a lot of stuff, so it's definitely going to be some exciting time this year. I hope all you guys stay safe, and we'll be back as soon as we have either more information on this or any significant changes. You all have a good one.